What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I have a fantastic review for you guys. It's a boot that I've actually had suggested to me several times. I did the 0.1 variation and now I'm doing the laceless plus variation. And of course I am talking about the ADIDAS COPA Sense Plus in the brand new limited collection Inner Life Pack colorway. So very excited to show you guys this. Let's hop straight into the video. All right, so fantastic looking box. This is one of the limited collection. I'm not actually sure what number this particular one is or how many they're producing, but I got this in a US size 9, which is my normal size. It's got the limited collection on the side, the Adidas on the end and the top, and it's one of those slide out type boxes. So I'll get this top part out of the way for you guys and let's get this going. So that is what you get in the box of this particular boot. These are very interesting looking. I'm super excited to try these on. I haven't actually tried them on yet. They are a very unique looking boot. So it's got all the crazy colors on it. So let's throw those down there. We'll open up the rest of this, make sure the stickers don't come off. So there's the boots, and then it comes with the Copa string bag, pretty standard for the Adidas line. This only comes, I believe, with the Plus models, the laceless ones. So you won't get a string bag like in the other Copa video that I did, the Copa 0.1, the Sense 0.1, you didn't get a string bag. But right away, I am very impressed with how these look. They look really nice. It's a super soft upper, super soft. Pretty basic sole plate. I guess they did a bunch of testing in the lab to sort of understand anatomically how this sole plate could be improved, and so that's how they made this particular sole plate, as well as the Sense pods, which I explained in the other video, which are on the back, that basically take out any of the negative space in the back of your Achilles tendon. Where your Achilles tendon and your ankle are, there's a lot of negative space that can happen, and even if you have socks on, these are basically supposed to help with lockdown and create a really seamless sensation on feet. So this is a combination of K-leather, fusion skin, and the prime knit material. And I believe on this one, there's actually far less leather than there was on the 19 and the 20.1 or 20 plus. So the leather only goes about right there, and it's just that front piece. And then there's fusion skin into prime knit for the rest of this. The colors on this one are super wacky, but it's kind of a cool design. You've got like the bones of the foot etched right there. Let's see if you guys can see it. I'll rotate this boot for you guys. Again, really seamless looking. It is a very interesting boot to have in your hand, and for somebody who before the Copa, or excuse me, before the Predator Freak Pluses never wore laceless boots, this is something that's really interesting to me, and I don't imagine that these will be the boots that I end up wearing after my surgery, but I definitely am really stoked to try these on because I think they are a really cool concept, and I think if they do fit really well, it'd be a great option for me to wear during training or during a coaching session or something like that. So that's sort of, again, first impressions. You've got these grooves all along, sort of like the ones, you've got these like weird swoosh kind of looking things. The bottom, the sole plate is pretty standard. Supposedly these two Sense pads or Sense pods, Sense studs in the middle are supposedly a little bit more sensitive and a type of material that is a little less hard. So it's supposed to bend with your foot or something. I think it's pretty gimmicky, to be honest, and I don't think you'd actually be able to tell or sense, pun intended, the ground or the ball as much. But it's definitely something to keep in mind if that sort of stuff is something you're interested in. These are, so they've got the Sense pods, the touch pods, and obviously the Sense studs. There's these memory foam pads on the inside, sort of where you pass, and then on the outside where you would touch the ball, this pink part right there, that I think it's very apparent where they think that you would touch the ball the most. And I think it depends on the player. Again, I'm not one to really look at the gimmicky stuff. I'm just like, this is super cool tech. And it's really crazy that they've made a leather laceless boot, even if the majority of it is that fusion skin upper with the prime knit material, which I actually really like Adidas prime knit. I think it's really great, and I think it is definitely comparable to the fly knit from Nike and the Evo knit upper from Puma. So I think they're all, you know, at this point, I think back in 2014 when they originally released the Magista, Nike released the Magista and the Superfly 3 or 4, Superfly 4 or 5 maybe was the knitted one, the first knitted one. I can't remember. Anyway, but once they released that, all the other companies kind of followed suit, and now everybody's got knitted boots. I think most of the boots today are knitted, which actually is great. It's super cool unless you really want the leather feel, which of course this is sort of a combination of the two. So to see a boot that's not only laceless, but it combines the tech from the leather fit and feel that you want, this really padded sensation, this really traditional and elegant sensation on your foot, to the prime knit, which is obviously a fantastic material. I think it's a great way to get sort of that combination. So that is it for sort of my initial reactions. I think this is a fantastic boot if this is something you're interested in. They're pretty pricey. I believe these run about $275 US, so do keep in mind they're pretty pricey unless you can get the takedown, or not the takedown model, but the older generation, so the black ones, similar to the colorway that I did the review on the Sense Point 1. I think you can absolutely get those for a little bit cheaper, and I know there are websites like SR4U, Soccer Reviews for You. He does, Josh, I think his name is, and he has links and stuff that you can go in and buy these for under the retail price. Obviously, I'm not at that level yet, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you go and subscribe so that hopefully I can get you guys promo codes one day for boots, because I am a total boot nerd and a gearhead, so I love trying on new boots and wearing new boots in training and in games. So that is sort of my first initial impressions. I think they're awesome. The idea is super, super cool. And I think I didn't actually try on the laceless version of the generation before, which is, you know, again, totally fine. But I think these might be a boot that I could totally see myself wearing for a training session. I actually really thought those Copa Sense Point 1 boots fit my foot really well. So if these laceless ones fit my foot even close to what those did, I think I'd definitely consider purchasing a pair of these or using and wearing these boots for like training and maybe games if we get there, but I don't know if I'd wear a laceless boot in games. I just think I want that extra little bit of the support and the lateral stability in a boot. So that's it for my first impressions, guys. Let's hop into the on-feet portion of the video, and I can explain what they feel like on feet, how they would do in training and games, and of course, whether or not I am decided on whether or not I want to wear these for sort of after my surgery and get back into training with these boots. All right, guys, so I am on the on-feet portion of the video. I've got the Copa Sense Plus in my hands. Very excited to show you guys what these feel like. I'm really excited to see what these feel like on feet, and here we go. So I'm all set up with some lights, so hopefully you guys can see those are in good lighting. So just gonna throw my thumb, my 2 fingers in there, and hopefully try and get a good idea of what these feel like to get on. Ooh. Ooh, nice. Okay, so as soon as I slide my foot into the shoe and adjust all of my thing, those are pretty comfortable. I'm pretty impressed with those. They're very difficult to get on, but that's probably a good thing. Ooh. If you're wearing the laceless variation of a boot, because you don't want it to stretch too much. These are a 9 US and they fit absolutely perfect. So there are the Copa Sense Plus on feet, and I will say these are really impressively comfortable. I am super stoked to have these on my foot. They fit really well. They've got decent width to them. The lockdown in the heel is actually really nice. I fit in these Sense Pods in the heel. I've heard some people are getting blisters from them, but I definitely feel like I could play at least a training session in these, if not a game, because I think they would be totally reasonable width-wise, and it's so seamless. The sensation on the ball, I imagine it to be just absolutely perfect because there's nothing there, and the feeling on the top of the shoe and on the side of the shoe is so seamless and nice. I reckon you could ping a ball really nicely. It would feel so good, and especially for a leather boot, it'll stretch, it'll mold to your foot, and it'll make it feel really, really super nice. The sole plate is, pretty standard, to be fair. I don't really notice those Sense studs that they talk about in the description or on soccer.com or something like that. I can't really feel it right now. Similar to that Mercurial Vapor 2 or Superfly 2 or 3 that had the Vapor Sense studs that kind of went down, that were supposed to go down into the ground. I really think it's just a gimmicky thing, but it does definitely, you can feel those 2 orange studs on the inside, sort of as some extra grip. Laterally, they're really good so far. I mean, obviously I don't want to go too crazy because my foot is kind of painful, but I mean, I'm on carpet too, so it's a bit sticky, but I feel like on grass that would be really reasonable, and there's really no sensation of rollover unless I purposefully do that with my ankle. If I really push hard, that comes back right at me, which is awesome. Yeah, really great fit in the heel. There's that sole plate for you guys. Super easy. And another cool test to do, especially for wide-footed players, is there's usually a gap in material right there, but that's really tight to my foot. And when I do this, yeah, there's a miniature little gap, but usually it's kind of it's like a big hole right there. It's a little bit of a gaping hole. And that is not something that I usually enjoy, but they're tight, they're great fitting on my foot. Yeah, they're tight, but I want that for a laceless boot, and I really do want to make sure that if I'm gonna wear a laceless boot like this, that I really get one that fits my foot super tight, similar to those Preds that I had. I would probably rate these a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, these are and that's a good rating for me. I'm pretty critical when it comes to boots, especially for my wide foot. And yeah, as far as a laceless boot goes, these are impressive. These are really nice. So that's kind of my first impressions of these boots. I think if you're looking for a laceless pair of football boots and you want ones that are going to be, number one, leather, this is kind of your only option. But if you're looking for a pair of laceless boots and you've got really wide feet, you don't mind if they're a little bit heavier than the lightest weight stuff. And you want a really snug fit and feel on feet, plus a really cushy touch on the ball. These are absolutely the boots that I would recommend to you, because genuinely, these are a fantastic pair of boots. I would definitely be interested in buying a pair for myself and getting one for the season next year when I start to train again. So that is kind of it for the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review of the Copa Sense Plus in this wild looking colorway. Again, there it is. Super nice, super lovely, super chaotic, all that. And yeah, if you want, throw down below what videos you want to see next, especially as I move into sort of vlogging series of the surgery and updates on the surgery. If you want more boot reviews, I can try to do them on the one foot while I'm resting my other foot and it's in a cast. But if you do want to see more boot reviews, throw what boot you want down below in the comment section below. If you got value from this video, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, guys, be awesome, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.